Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is your boy the Geek Taker. We're coming at you with another X-Men 97 Season 2, Episode 7, Strange Land, Savage Heart, Raw Reaction. Now, this episode, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't really good either. It was better than the Wolverine one, but it didn't get the blood flowing like I thought it would. But, let's leave no delay. Let's just go ahead and jump right into this, ladies and gentlemen. So the episode starts off with a flashback to Genosha from last season, but instead, we see Colossus and his sister Magic, trying to do what they can to help people. And we also see Magic's fate. She gets absolutely blitzed by the Sentinel. Surprisingly, her body didn't disintegrate. Uh, Good for her. Colossus mourns his sister. But the weird thing that I find about this is I know Magic is such like an interesting character and can be such a prominent character in the X-Men. It makes me wonder, do they have plans to bring her back? Or is she just kaputs? I guess we'll find out. But then we flash forward to the present day where we have a presidential candidate speaking in front of a group of people spewing nonsense about a certain race of individuals essentially trying to make the world great again. I'm just saying it's a little bit of deja vu. And anybody who's watching this that knows what I'm talking about, if you understand why people don't like Creed, but you don't understand why people don't like it IRL, go rewatch the episode again. Go rewatch all of X-Men, and then come back to this. Because things ain't adding up if you don't see the correlations and you don't understand. But then out of fucking nowhere, we get another X team. At least that's what I thought. In my head, I'm like, we have X-Men, X-Force, X-Factor. Who the fuck are these people? How many do I have to keep up with? And then out comes this fucking angel, basically. And I'm like, who the fuck is this Magneto wannabe? 5 seconds later, the Acolytes of Magneto. Oh, okay. That makes sense for being a Magneto wannabe now. Anyways, they kidnap Creed. They take him to the Savage Land. Becomes big news. They're going to say, we're going to kill him because he's saying fuck mutants. So, fuck you guys. Is the response essentially. And Nightcrawler is watching this. He's looking at a file. It has him, Mystique, Sabretooth, and Creed. No, yeah, I think Creed. I think there was all 4 of them in the file. Maybe he might be related. That's what I was thinking. If it is, at that time I was like, oh, I wonder how he's related. My mind was thinking like Creed was the father of Sabretooth and all them, but obviously that changed, but you will have to wait till later in the episode to see how it changed. Anyways, they get to the Savage Land. Obviously, their powers kaputs, and Bishop gets flown out of the plane. Polaris doesn't hesitate. She jumps out to go rescue him, and they kind of share a little intimate moment. And I ain't gonna lie, I liked it. In that one scene, I already shipped them more than I ever would do Storm and Forge. That relationship to me is just so boring. This one seems so interesting because I like both characters. In the other one, I just like Storm. But anyways, we'll hopefully get back to more of that later. Anyways, then we finally hear when Nightcrawler, Rogue, and Beast are rescued by Colossus. They find out that I find out that Creed is his half brother, not father. What a fucking family tree. You got Rogue, you got Nightcrawler, you got Victor Creed, you got this Creed, who I can't remember his first name, and then you have Mystique. What the fuck? Like, good lord. Anyways, they venture into their compound. They run into Creed. They have a dialogue moment. Out comes Exodus, who is not going to let them take him. He's going to just straight up kill Creed. And Nightcrawler convinces them to hold a trial for justice, and he convinces them to let Colossus be the judge, jury, and executioner. If you know, you know. Anyways, uh, in my head, I was thinking, oh, Kurt, why would you do this? But then I was like, oh, wait, Colossus? Man, that Gullibaloo, that big teddy bear, you going to give him a sad story and he's going to love it and he's going to let this man walk. You a smart man. I like the way you think. And so we get to the court. And Exodus brings up good points about Creed. Creed doesn't help his case by saying basically fuck mutants. Anyways, then Kurt takes a stand. He talks about the lineage of Creed, that him and Mystique, or he was a child of Mystique, so him and Kurt are half brothers. And after Mystique abandoned him, he went to live with Sabretooth, not knowing if he was human or mutant. Sabretooth raised him, beat him, and when he never developed powers, he gave him a nice little scar right across the face, and then also abandoned him, thus breeding the hatred for Creed to the mutant kind. Where Kurt was like, you don't hate mutants, you hate your parents. Man, Dr. Phil would be fucking proud of you, Kurt. Anyways, and then we have Bishop and Polaris coming in clutch, destroying the tower that stopped their powers from working. And then we have a nice little fight because Exodus is trying to jump the gun before Colossus can make his judgment. And we have a nice little fight, a tussle. Bishop is showing off. And then Kurt gets a sword. And if you watched last season, when Kurt gets a sword, Kurt pops off. Him and Exodus have a nice little sword fight. Ultimately, at the end of the day, Kurt wins. And, he tells Exodus, stand down, this and that. And at the same time, oh, poor Creed, he finds a gun. What happens when you give an American a gun? They shoot first, no questions later. He shoots Exodus right point blank through the heart. Great shot, by the way. But also, a great kill. Like a great kill on screen. These guys are not afraid to show deaths. And in response, Nightcrawler, he takes Nightcrawler hostage, and he says, I'm going to leave here, or get me out of here, I'm going to blast your brains all over the floor. He leaves, but to the Arctic, and he says it'd be so easy to kill you, it'd be what you deserve, but I'm not. So he leaves. And I thought, oh, he's going to leave Creed there, he's going to wander, and then he's now going to suddenly get powers. No, I was wrong. X Factor finds him, saves the day, and I already forgot her name. The girl Mystique is either playing as or portrayed as Cooper, I think is her name. Cooper, maybe. She's talking to Xavier, and then she's basically like, you guys can't keep fucking doing this. If you do it again, I'm not going to go easy on you. And that was kind of it with them. And then we go to Athens. And you know what? I completely forgot about the X-Force. I ain't gonna lie to you. They find Apocalypse's not cathedral, Pantheon, I guess, basically. Parthenon. And inside, they find a withered old body of Apocalypse. Now, a couple things. One, they don't know that the team is back, probably, or that Magneto is dead. So that'll be a fun factor for them. Two, which Apocalypse could this be? Because could the past Apocalypse have came to the present at the same time as the future Apocalypse and then killed the future Apocalypse? Or maybe the future Apocalypse killed the past one? I don't know. And then the episode ends with Jubilee. Of course, it'd be Jubilee, the member of the original X-Men. Well, animated X-Men. Finding a burnt card. You know what that means, Suge. But that's the end of the episode. Ladies and gentlemen, next week, Dead Man's Hand. He's back. And he's better than ever. Well, So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about what rating I would give it. Now, like I said, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't my favorite. I think it's very middle ground. So feel very confident when I say it was a 3 out of 5. I definitely think it could have been better. It just missed the mark a little bit, but not bad at it by any means. So let me know what you guys think of it down in the comments below. What would you rate this episode? What did you think about this? Do you think Magic may come back? What do you think is going to happen next week with Gambit returning with the team? What do you think happened with Apocalypse? We're rounding this up, guys. And then also, tomorrow is Spider-Man, brand new day for me and my wife. So you guys can expect a video on that, probably either Friday or Saturday. Probably more Saturday, so that way it gives people a little bit more time to go watch the movie. So look forward to that. If you guys missed it, I have a Comic-Con recap on my YouTube Shorts as well as on TikTok at FreemanSteven24 if you guys want to go check that out. And until next time, this has been the Geek Takeover. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the friends for more content. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, this is Geek Takeover signing out.